of it was reported up here. What's the difference? One set of fans are running about with a Scotland flag, the others are proudly wearing a Union Jack. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today's one's going to be a bit of a mix-up of a lot of different topics that's been happening recently, but I'm going to start off by talking about a new MyGers update. So we know the Rangers fans are absolutely desperate to get tickets again and get back into the stadiums, get back to those brilliant away days that we can have, and one of the things that's come out this morning is about tickets for the Blackpool away. So obviously England's tier systems are a little bit different to Scotland's, so there is tickets available to the Rangers away fans, and how it's been done for the first time is they've prioritised MyGers rankings, so like your gold, silver, bronze, determining if you can get a ticket or not. I'll put this on screen, but I'm just going to read it out from my phone as well. So if you are a gold MyGers member, so the highest you can get, you get priority. You are 12 PM from today. This is the day I'm recording this, Thursday the 15th. And then a silver is from 4 PM onwards. So see, realistically, if there was enough gold MyGers members wanting a Blackpool away ticket, even if you were silver in MyGers, you wouldn't have a chance. Then it goes on to 7 PM until midnight for the bronze. And realistically, it looks like if you don't have MyGers, you probably won't get a ticket. I'm going to have on screen just a little reminder of how you can actually get MyGers points through what you purchase from Rangers. But the updated tier systems this year, they've released this saying it's 1,500 and over to be a gold member. Silver is 851 to 1,500, and then bronze is 20 to 850 points. And as it currently stands, I'm sitting in silver. So gold are always going to get priority over me for whether it's these match ticket things or whatever the club may bring out in the future, depending on how this goes. I've seen a lot of mixed feedback on it so far. I'm sure you'll let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below. But one thing that I'd like to question as well is just, I spoke about this the first ever time that MyGers got released and I get placed in bronze at the time, and I was counting it back myself going, well, if I've got this and I've got this, I've got this, I don't actually think they've fully counted up my points correctly, because I think, oh, of course you think you should be in gold, but I genuinely think from going back and looking at what I've bought, I should be in gold. It's just something that I've not brought up to the club and said, oh, what is this? Because you've not had too many, like, important benefits of MyGers yet. But now, if it looks like they're bringing out ticketed systems, it's going to make people be like, alright, ho, make sure I'm getting the right points that I deserve. So moving on to the next part of the video, it's about how many fans are actually allowed in stadiums in Scotland. And in the latest update from Wee Nippy, she said that 2,000 are allowed in every stadium across Scotland. Yes, you had that correctly. 2,000 for Ross County's 6,500. You've got 2,000 for St Mirren's 8,000. You've got 2,000 for Dundee United's 14,000. And then you've got 2,000 in Ibrox's 51,000 seater. Where is the science? So it makes you wonder, or maybe not even wonder, like understand that there is bigger reasons than, or more snidey reasons than just health behind the decisions that Sturgeon and all her posse are making. Because genuinely, how can you go from 12,000 fans in a level 1, level 2 to getting to a level 0 and allowing 2,000 fans in? It just, to me, looks like the regular football fans that aren't constantly waving a Scottish flag around just get treated like absolute dirt by someone that doesn't care about football at all, doesn't care about the general people, doesn't care about the economy, only cares about independence. So just one of the many horrible, hypocritical things that Nicola Sturgeon has been coming out with recently about the football fans was the Rangers fans at George Square, etc. That was embarrassing. She was so ashamed of her disgraceful behaviours. And for the Scotland fans that were down in London, all she has to do is put out a cheeky little wink face in a tweet laughing about how many Scotland fans are down there taking over London, and nothing negative is said about them being down there at all. We're all aware about the headlines that was getting wrote about the Rangers fans at the time when we were gathering at George Square, etc. But the Scotland fans, you were seeing it in social media, the riots, the littering, the amount of fighting, loads of people stripping naked and running about the streets, just absolutely disgusting stuff. None of it was reported up here. What's the difference? One set of fans are running about with a Scotland flag, the others are proudly wearing a Union Jack. And that Union Jack always seems to be an issue for the bigoted SNP. Not only Sturgeon, all the people down below as well. You've got James Donlan, for example, MSP of Glasgow, coming out, and we remember at a time where he made up nonsense about Rangers fans singing FTP in the middle of a Sweet Caroline song that someone called Willy Wanker on TikTok came up with. Here is his official, like, a police response. He was wasting police time with this because of his hatred for us. It's, how did these type of people get into this position? If you're still a Rangers fan and voting SNP, I don't understand it. Like, it's each to their own and all that stuff. People say try to keep politics out of football, but with how much the politicians and the SNP especially bring their politics into football and have their views and try to make an example of Rangers fans, I do not understand how any Rangers fan can ever vote for this. And it's a saying that I've seen going around quite recently: vote for clowns and you'll get a circus. Before I went on my rant there, here is that statement I was talking about that the police have had to respond to James Dornan about, and then him himself tweeted out before all that came out saying he would apologise if he was proved to be wrong. Then after it, he's coming out in interviews saying, I have nothing to apologise for. These people are twisted in the mind. And it's not only people within the SNP up here, it's the media, it's the general public, it's ex-players as well. Like here, for example, is a BBC reporter. Again, can you tell me a difference other than the flag that the two sets of fans were wearing? You've got Heart Scotland News try and spot the differences between these two headlines. You've got STV coming out with horrible hypocrisy in their headlines. Ex-players like Rab Douglas coming out and saying it was a disgrace at what the Rangers fans were doing. He'd be surprised if other games still went on after that. And then here he is, partying with the Scotland fans in London. No surprise that the Record and other mainstream media's come out with this absolute nonsense. And then remember when Rangers fans caused like 55 or 60 grand of damage, whatever it was, to George Square? It came out after it that was a total lie. The total repair cost of everything only cost 2,000. But hey, anything to make Rangers fans look bad. You've got Scotland's ex-Justice Minister, I say ex-Justice Minister because this is what a thing that the SNP do. If you're not doing well at your role, they'll just demote you somewhere else. So Humza, who has no medical background, has went down to is now Scotland's Health Minister. Try and wrap my head around that one. Then you've just got your general football fans like Natasha here, another horrible hypocrite who's a lawyer and works in sports media and all that stuff. Here's her, just the general public going on about how bad Rangers fans are. And then yourself, no shame whatsoever, posting that you're off to party with the Scotland fans in London. Where does it end with the anti-Rangers in this country? Well, to say I went off on a little tangent there about Scotland's hypocrisy issue is quite underestimating it. But anyway, back to my original point. Here is a picture of Murrayfield, which had 16,500 people. Look at where Tynecastle is compared to it. Literally just more than a stone's throw away. How can you... 2,000 in the football stadium, 16,500 in the rugby stadium, when the football stadium is in a lower level than what the rugby stadium would have been. Tell me that there's not something other than health here. Ready for our final point? Last one of today, I promise. So, this might come as a surprise to you, but Castore have released a new training range! Yay! We've never seen that coming because Castore loves to release something new for everything they possibly can, and can we blame them because everything sells out? But basically, there's a reason that I wore this top today, because this was last season's training top, the orange training top, and they've released a new one. It's only been released today, so you may not have seen it. We'll have it on screen now for you to check it out. And the big difference is that when I first seen it, I was like, do I want to get that? Because it's quite similar to last year's. But as you can see, last year's had this up the side, the black stripes through it. Obviously, this year's now got the black writing, the logos, etc. are all in black. And I actually think, now that I've had it, you look at it again, I think the 21-22, so this season, upcoming one, is actually nicer. It's priced at 48 quid. And I've also just had an email saying that if you buy it, I don't know if it's just through the email, so make sure you're checking your emails for that. You're also in with a chance of winning Real Madrid tickets, so I've got a feeling that one will fly off the shelves very quickly. So that's all that we're going to talk about in today's video. As always, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, and I will hopefully be back with another watch along on Saturday versus Arsenal. Well, I say hopefully because if I somehow manage to get lucky and get in the 2,000 ballot that get into Ibrox, I will be there and I'll do a little match vlog, and that will be on the channel after it. But we'll be realistic and say that I guess I won't get tickets. We'll be back doing a live watch along again for the Arsenal game this weekend. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Helps the channel grow massively. Really appreciate it. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.